Hello and welcome to HYC Football. This is a brand new channel that is aiming to bring you all things football, from the latest transfer gossip to the Euros and anything else worth talking about in the football world. In today's video we will be covering 5 of the biggest transfers or transfer speculations of the last few days. Right, first off we've got Edouard of Celtic, heavily linked with a move to Leicester this summer. I believe he wanted to leave last summer. They were the reports that were surrounding him last summer. It looks like Leicester could get him for as little as 18 million, which I think is quite a good deal. He's 23 years old. He's been managed by Brendan before. Leicester might see him as a replacement to Vardy. Obviously, I don't think anyone's going to quite fill Vardy's boots, but you don't know how long a player of his age has got left in him, basically. Edouard scored 74 times in 139 appearances for Celtic. He's 23. He's featured for France's under-21 squad. Obviously, he's not going to the Euros, but I think as a potential long-term replacement to Vardy to partner up with the likes of Iheanacho, I think that's a great signing, or potential signing if they can pull that one off for 18 million. Second on the list, then, jumping straight in, is the big news of Haaland to Chelsea, reported here by Football.London and a lot of other news outlets. Apparently Chelsea are willing to pay 170 million for Haaland, which is a hell of a lot of money. It'd be a Premier League record, it'd be close to world record level money. Plus, on top of that, obviously what Raiola has to get paid, his dad has to get paid, and however much wages they're looking to get for Haaland on that one. I think Chelsea do need a striker. This is quite close to me being a Chelsea fan. I think we do need a striker. I think Timo Werner's failed to score the goals everyone, though, when he came to Chelsea thought he would. It's another sort of curse of the Chelsea strikers that we've bought, from Torres's, Shevchenko's. The only two really good strikers we've had since Roman took over are probably Drogba and Costa. Obviously we had Lukaku and let him go, but back to Haaland, I don't think he would fall guilty of that curse the same as the other players have. 170 million is an awful lot of money. Hopefully, I would love to see this one. I think that makes Chelsea up there with City for title favourites next season. His goal rate's incredible, not just in Germany, in the Champions League as well. Him teaming up with a Timo Werner and Havertz and players like that gives us probably one of the best strike forces in Europe. Haaland, there's talks that we buy him and loan him back. Maybe we can get him cheaper if we can do that. But 150 million is what they're reporting here, 170 in other places. For me, he's the best striker on the market this summer, maybe, although Dortmund don't want to sell, even over Harry Kane. I'd take Haaland over Kane any day of the week, purely because of the age. He's only 20 years old. Apparently he wants to come to Chelsea as well. That's what a lot of news outlets are saying, that he's keen for the move to Chelsea. So hopefully Roman and Marina Granovskaya can pull their strings and somehow make this one happen. I think that'll be the most excited I've been about a signing probably ever from Chelsea. And we've signed some big players since Roman took over. Hazard's, Timo Werner last summer. We paid a lot for Havertz as well, who's starting to look the part. But I think this Haaland is on another level. I think he's the heir to the throne of Ronaldo and Messi, him and Mbappe, and I can't see Mbappe going anywhere. The question is whether Dortmund will sell him this summer. They're saying they don't want to, and they want to sell Sancho to United or Sancho anywhere and Haaland next summer. But I think if you're offering them almost 100 million more than the buyout clause will be next summer, I think that'd be bad business for them to turn that down. And maybe that would mean United don't get Sancho because they hold on to him for another year, but I don't know what his contract situation is there. But yeah, this one, 10 out of 10 signing. If anyone can pull the Haaland one off this summer, they're the team to beat next season, especially if he comes to the Premier League. Next up, we've got another Chelsea one in Hakimi from Inter for a fee of, apparently we've matched PSG's offer of 56.1 million, which indicates to me we're not messing about with this one. Left back, right back, I'm not sure. I can't get my head around this one. I don't know why Chelsea would pay that much for a full back, given that we got Chilwell only last season, and Reece James looks to me like the best right back in the country at the moment, unless he's got other plans on formations, maybe pushing Reece James to the right centre half and sticking with 5 at the back, or he doesn't fancy Chilwell. I'm not too sure, but Inter got him from Madrid last summer for around 40 million, I believe. I can't remember the exact amount, but he's played here. It says 37 games, 7 goals, 8 assists. A lot of time spent down the right wing, so I guess he would be a right wing back. He got more goals than James and Azpilicueta, as you can see. There's no mention of Chilwell there, so maybe they predict him to be a right-sided defender. Duels won though. Reece James won more duels, nearly as many crosses in but less assists, but that could be the fact that Hakimi had a goal scoring Lukaku to aim for and Reece James had Timo Werner. Like I say, I think that's a lot of money for a fullback, especially when I think Chelsea could spend that money elsewhere on. I think they need a goalkeeper, probably another centre half, and definitely a striker. Any of those positions, I think that'd be money better well spent. For example, if we spend 56 on Hakimi and then say we can't afford Haaland, for me it's leave Hakimi alone and go get Haaland straight away. Don't get me wrong, he looks like a cracking fullback, but again, I think that's one of the positions we're strongest. Unless we're not going to pay 56 million for a sub, that's for sure. Moving swiftly on, you've got Donnarumma likely to go to PSG on a free transfer because he's out of contract at AC Milan this summer. He's 22 years old. I think he's been their first choice keeper since he was 16, 17, so 7 years, not 7 years, 5-6 years now. £10 million a year in wages. It's around 200 grand a week. This is one I'd rather have seen Chelsea go for than Hakimi. We need a goalkeeper. Kepa's just can't cut it, and I don't know about Mendy. He seems pretty solid, but I think we need a world-class keeper, a Donnarumma, or Oblak, someone of that calibre around him. It says here that he, since he was 16, he's playing for AC Milan, and he's probably got another 15 years in him. So if you can get him on a free transfer this year, even if you have to pay the Raiola agent fee of 20 million or whatever it is they were saying, I think that's a steal. I'd pay 30 or 40 to Raiola to get this man to Chelsea, especially when you look at the fact we dumped 70 on Kepa. This man must be worth nearly 700 because he's 10 times the player Kepa is. I'm surprised he's leaving Italy. I thought he might go to Juve. Maybe Juve can't afford the wages, and with the manager sort of issues that were going on, although that's now fixed, they've got their old manager Allegri back. Yeah, but maybe they don't fancy dealing with Raiola themselves. I'm not sure. I know a lot of people don't have time for Raiola, but when he's got players like this, unfortunately, I think you've got to deal with him. Same with the Haaland situation. It'd be nice for Chelsea to do a little deal with him for both, maybe get a little bit of a discount on his agent fees, but I doubt he's a man that gives discounts. But yeah, if PSG can land him as a keeper, that pushes them up again. Then maybe they'll win their league next year. I know it's such a difficult challenge for them this year. They couldn't quite beat the almighty Lille to the league, but with Donnarumma, maybe they'd have kept a few more goals out and potentially won that league in the end. Lastly, on the transfers for today, you've got Kieran Trippier's potential move to Man United. It says here on the Mirror to add depth behind Wan-Bissaka, but for me, he plays ahead of him. You only have to look at which one of them got picked for the England squad and which one didn't. He's 30 years old now, though, so maybe even if he doesn't play so much, he's a good one for Wan-Bissaka to learn off. It sounds like they can get him between 15 and 20 million, which is, it's not cheap for a 30-year-old, but I'd definitely pay it for someone of his experience. He's now a league winner since leaving Spurs, like so many others. He's only got a year left on his contract, or 2 years left on his contract, it looks here, but they've triggered a 1 year extension, and they don't seem too keen to keep hold of him, to let him go. But for 20 million, I guess, 30 years old, it's not a bad deal for them, I guess. He's played in the Premier League as well with Spurs, so he's got that pedigree, he knows what it's about. I think he's keen for a move back to England. But yeah, he's just won the league in La Liga. I think that's a good signing for United if they can bring him in. I think they should still be looking to spend some money further up the pitch, and maybe probably get another centre half actually as well. Their fullbacks are pretty spot on, but they definitely need a centre half. But a good addition to the side if they can get him. We'll see how he performs at the Euros if he gets any minutes. Right, that is the end. That is all 5 transfer targets for the day. Thank you all for watching this far if you have. If you could subscribe or like if you've watched this, that would be brilliant. If I can double my subscribers every day for 19 days, I'll have 1 million, so that's brilliant. Oh, 1 minute, we've got one more bit of breaking news. A potential signing for Newcastle. 1 second, let me just find the link.
Absolutely nobody!